boy. How are you today?
I'm okay. I'm okay. It's rando day. Rando day every day. Rando.
And our runners are already off.
Yeah, this is just a normal open seed. Nothing crazy, but even a normal open seed can have crazy things happen, like technically getting bodied by that red spear guard. No tree pull for you. Oh, too bad too. It was a good one.
Yep, that is good. 8 bomb drops per. So what? 32 bombs. Gonna need a lot of money to get that capacity.
I'm a little concerned already though because we got flippers in Link's house. Now, early flippers usually means early Zora check, which means, oh my god, I don't have enough money. Usually, you luck into some money, but we might see some hooligans soon.
I was like, of course, but how do you set up Houlihan when you have the flippers?
Oh yeah, I mean like after finding some other stuff.
The typical setup is to use bombs to bomb your way into the graveyard of escape. It would normally take you into escape.
There's another setup you can do with boots, but good luck finding those.
I can't complain about boots. The last seed I did, they were in Sanctuary. I started with them essentially.
Eddie making this very early play into front of escape here. He's going to have to do bomb strats to get through these guards, but I'm sure he's capable. This is really something players try to put off for a lot longer, or at least until they have like a more reliable weapon.
The worst is when you use bombs on that first guard, and then it's like, oh, there's a hammer in the chest.
Instead, we got a small key. Now, the small key does put into logic these next two chests he's getting, and that was a book we saw in Lumberjack. Maybe required?
It's definitely an interesting item to find on Lumberjack. I think any fetch quest item is on Lumberjack is very interesting.
Yeah, the book, of course, is essentially a fetch quest, but we may need it for something a little more important than just checking tablets. Best meringue in Blind's hideout. Alright, this is going to be a good seed, you guys.
We did get a very quick map check, and I believe it was 3 crystals inside the light world.
I think Tower of Hera was a red crystal. That's cute. Eddie M keeps getting bomb drops. Was he rewarded? No. No, he was not. But he's back up to 10 bombs, so, you know, nothing lost.
Nothing gained, nothing lost. Well, I suppose technically he's gained those checks, so he knows there's nothing in there.
Yeah, that's true. That's one way to look at it. You could also say that he lost the time it took to get those checks if nobody else goes there. But it's essentially like Sphere 1 and 2, right? Like, people are probably going to do Front of Escape at some point.
It's like, yeah, do you really run the risk of not checking the Front of Escape?
I've been burned by it before. And there's our first sword in Kakariko Well. It makes Front of Escape look a lot more appealing now. Oh, was that her second sword? No. That was first, right?
I definitely saw
it was our second sword. Everybody's got Master Sword on the trackers.
Yeah. There was one in the chest that you landed next to it, and then there was one on the bombable wall at the back.
I was very focused on everything else.
All we needed was the lamp, and that was the like Agar starter kit.
I mean, at this point, I'd say Aga being required is pretty likely. I'd expect to see like a hook shot though at some point for East Starkwold access, or sorry, West Starkwold access. Sick kid, do you love us, sick kid? Not really. Okay, thanks, sick kid. Nothing on the library, just some rupees. Wolfie's gonna check this race game before doing it. Usually a good call. Oh, he's gonna miss out on that heart container though.
It might be the sand cart, and he's saving it for later in case he needs a free health refill.
I wish that was a real thing. Like if the sand cart was graphically distinct, so that I could save it for later when it's in plain sight.
I've definitely done it in Super Metroid for energy refills with an energy tank, but as unfortunately you can't tell the difference between a sand cart and a normal boss can do.
Yeah, but we got a hint for like the heart container is in plain sight, and then you remember that one heart container you didn't pick up. Math
Well,
girl.
Wolfie finding half magic inside the dam.
Yeah, that would be really nice if we had like anything that costs magic to use. Math girl getting that heart container, totally worth. Now instead of being 2 hits from dying to crabs, she will be 2 hits from dying to crabs. It makes sense, trust me. And we see everybody going to front of escape now that they have like a reliable weapon. So all that time that Eddie spent there is he's going to gain it all back as they do all these checks.
Except Wolfie. Wolfie has went to Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, definitely the higher percentage play, and he gets rewarded too with a early bow. Oh, and the boots, and the other boomerang.
Any other red item.
Yeah. The unique item cave.
So what was that earlier about finding boots?
That he can do hula hand now. It's a lesser known strat though to do hula hand with the boots, but it is possible. Eddie, I'm checking the stun prize. Just a green rupee today. Vanilla. And we can see Wolfie dashing out of Ice Rod Cave there against the pit. This is going to set up a water walk so he can get to Hobo really, really fast. But he does have the option to also get to Waterfall Ferry. Just
but
Hobo.
With boots, surely it's more of a water run. Ha, ha, ha.
I get it. No, I'm with you. I'm following. High Tempered Sword. I'm curious if he's going to go to Waterfall Ferry, though, because like doing so pretty much orphans Zora.
Unless he's hoping to find some money.
He'd have to get pretty lucky. Even a single 300 wouldn't be enough at this point. And he does choose to save and quit. I respect that. So Math Girl and Technolink both are setting up death warps here in front of Escape. They're going to be able to sequence break here to the Dark Cross chest.
With making the rare play over towards Gina's Cave.
Yeah, very much a metagamey play to check this early. But that small key in the escape was in the first 3 chests, so they will both, if they want to continue all the way through the dark rooms, can all go all the way to the back of escape.
They just have the problem of trying to find that rat inside the dark that has the key.
If you can bring sword beams with you, it's really, really simple. But good luck getting through the ropes without taking damage.
You can use the sword beams to kill them before they get to you.
Wolfie getting a little ahead of himself there. He super speeded right off the cliff.
Yep, it is a drawback to super speed. That little running animation you normally do against the ledge doesn't happen. You just go straight off the cliff.
You're in a perpetual state of quick hopping. So Math Girl got the dark cross chest and is now continuing through the escape in the dark. And she just entered that last dark room that has the key rat in it. She just has to find this rat and then she's home free. Got him.
We'll see if Mako was rewarded by these 3 checks.
Was it worth? Maybe. No. And no. We've learned nothing, Thoris.
We have learned that it could have been both helpful and useless at the same time. And until we hand in that mushroom, we do not know.
I feel like you got to turn in the mushroom like right away, right? But she's not gonna. But I feel like you just spent all this time going all the way out of your way to get those items, and the only thing you found was a fetch quest. You got to turn it in right away, don't you?
Yeah, you need to check and see if that was actually worth doing.
Well, Wolfie finds gloves there in Eastern Palace, so the mushroom is in logic now.
It was always in logic. Oh, I mean, actually obtaining the mushroom isn't in logic.
What?
Handing it in is always in logic, just getting it isn't in logic.
Oh, yeah. Getting to the mushroom.
For some reason, my brain went, but the rock to Zor is after the mushroom shop. You can always hand it in.
More dark rooms from Wolfie here, headed through Eastern Palace to get to that vanilla big key chest. And likely to kill Armless as well after this.
Yep, you have the bow, which is usually kind of rare for this stage in the game. So you
he
may well kill Armless while we're over here.
He kills the Popo right away instead of trying for the damage boost strat. But yeah, killing everything will also get you to that item.
Should probably try to save his health, considering he only has 4. Well, now 5. And to think he would have had 6.
This dark room he's coming up on is it can actually be pretty dangerous if you don't do it right away. Like if you take like one little misstep, suddenly you're just getting bodied by Popos and Igors, and you have no idea where the key is anymore. So you see him shooting the arrows into the Igor before letting it activate. Yeah, step closer there. There you go. He's got the key. Can he get to the pot?
I mean, well, Etienne found the hammer inside the waterfall cave.
Oh.
So we combine that with our gloves and we have Dark World access.
So he orphaned Zora then. I feel it's pretty unlikely that Zora has anything at this point, but it does feel bad that it's going to be like sitting in the back of your mind the whole seed if you don't go there.
I think you kind of pray that you can get the mirror and kind of wrap it in when you do the catfish, if you decide to check catfish.
in before mirror on catfish.
I think at that point you're getting trolled.
Or even worse, like a catfish fetch quest leading to the mirror. Rupees have been pretty sparse this seed so far. Like, no one even has enough rupees where a Houlihan would be enough. Except for Eddie right now. But he already went to Waterfall Fairy, so it doesn't even matter.
This is one of these situations where Zora is probably going to have an aim because you don't have the money for it.
Math Girl, like Eddie M before, will not be doing Zora today. Or not this early anyway. Heading over to Waterfall Fairy without the money. Wolfie as well.
But when they find that hammer, it's going to be worth for them. Particularly for Wolfie, because Wolfie already has those gloves from Eastern.
Yeah, that'll be Dark Bolt access for Wolfie.
So it was just arrows on the Zora ledge, so definitely not worth the trek around there.
That book is so going to be required. I don't know where the lamp is. I don't know how early it's going to be, but I feel like that book is definitely required in this scene.
The book might lead to the lamp.
It's probably lamp on Zora. Oh, that's just mean.
Wolfie and Height Cave, be ready to rate it 1 out of 10. I mean, make your own rating up for it.
I think 1 out of 10 sums it up, actually.
I mean, it looked like silvers.
Well, silvers are like nice, so I give them like half credit. So they get 1 out of the possible 2 points for that spot, but everything else was trash. So 1 out of 10.
Wolfie did a very quick map check there, and I think I saw Turtle Rock, Thieves Town, and Palace of Darkness as our pendants. Although I didn't see which color was which.
Man, you're good. I saw nothing. Like, it barely registered to me that he was doing a map check before it was gone.
Wandering Keeper says that Thieves Town was the green pendant. We will trust chat. Chat are always good at this part. Although I did not see where the other 5-6 crystal was.
It's interesting seeing Wolfie go up to Pyramid this early. Usually you do this on the way to Catfish, but I think he's going to go into Pod. But that, spells trouble too, because that Turtle Dark Room without a Fire Rod or a lamp or even a medallion or something can be pretty troublesome. And he doesn't exactly have a ton of hearts to work with.
Yep, those turtles can be a bit trolly depending on where your hammer hits, because for some reason you can flip them back over, even though that makes no real sense.
This is Pendant Pod too, right?
Yeah, Palace of Darkness is a pendant.
All right, I can see him. I can see him just not doing Helmosaur. Then that makes sense.
This usually means that this is loaded. Skull Woods was our other 5-6 crystal. Wolfie did a quick recheck of the map there before going into Pod. And there's the flute.
Nice. And it looks like Technolink is going back of escape here. I wonder if he hasn't done the flipper checks yet for that hammer. I hope he does a Houlihan. He can do one pretty easily with the gloves now.
Yep, he can use that same hole he just fell down and bomb himself into it, which just knocks him off kilter at the letter point. Just enough to get that money.
And looks like Pyramid Fairy will be completely worthless today. Thank you, Hintile.
Tut Wolfie not starting it off as alerts.
Technolink's up to over 275 rupees. This is the magic number for Houlihan to give you the 500 you need. Looks like he's going to go do it. Yeah, Houlihan time. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work because he didn't re-enter his Sanctuary. Maybe? Oh, he got it. He got it. That never works for me unless I re-enter the Sanctuary.
It's like money, money, money. Natium also looks like he is about to join Wolfie inside the Palace of Darkness, so he will also be getting his flute from that first chest.
Yeah, this isn't like the craziest gamble or anything. Like, typically early bow means progression in pod. But, I don't know. Like, I'd want to put this off just a little bit longer. Wait for something to make that Turtle Darkroom a little easier. But they may just be committing to just not doing Helmosaur, or they're just really comfortable with the Darkroom, even on low equipment like this.
Yeah, learning dark rooms of Link to the Past is probably the biggest helper you can have, particularly when it comes to randomizer. Just because it completely negates the need for that lamp. Unless, of course, you haven't found the fire rod, in which case you're going to need something to light that torch for Ganon.
Yeah, which is the exact situation we're in right now. I like doing sequence breaking. I like doing dark rooms to get progression out of sequence. But I do try to avoid secret breaking the lamp until I have a fire source, if I can. And Technolink checks Zora, and I completely missed it. I assume it was nothing, though. And there goes all of Technolink's rupees. Bye, rupees! So I can tell you one place Technolink won't be going.
Unless he wants to farm some rupees before going over there. I screwed up. I screwed up. Unless Technocro wants to go farming some rupees.
Oh, the mirror in the back of Palace of Darkness. Right before the lamp block rooms.
How convenient after already clearing most of Palace of Darkness. The mirror just makes routing around Palace of Darkness so much easier.
So Wolfie, mirror and flute in hands, leaves Helmosaur behind. Sure looks like the mountain's looking pretty good.
Yep, with that float, he can gain access up there. With the mirror, he can now get to Tower of Terror, and with the hammer, he can walk across the long bridge to get to the east side of Death Mountain.
There's still lots of things we could find that would make the mountain even better. So I wouldn't think it's the weirdest thing if he didn't go to the mountain here. But of all the things he has available, the mountain looks pretty darn good.
Yep, if you can save yourself to get the Titan's Mitts, then you can get the Super Bunny Cave checks along with the Tor Rock Medallion requirement, should we need it, because you know it's a pendant. And hopefully, if he finds the hookshot as well, you can get all those hookshot cave checks as well.
Yeah, he's also missing the book for Ether Tablet, an immunity item for Spike Cave, just a fire source in general in case Terror Basement ends up being important. Math Girl, meanwhile, says, you know what? Let's just do Skullwoods.
Skullwoods is one of these things where it's like pendant Skullwoods used to always pay off, so now everyone just checks Skullwoods as if it was like part of the overworld. I know I frequently do.
Yeah, the front of Skullwoods is just so accessible, and like having to come back here later doesn't really hurt you or anything because it's disjointed from the back. Edium also leaving Helmasaur King behind. I'm not sure if Helmasaur had an item. Maybe somebody was paying attention to that.
But yeah, Wolfie made that play up towards Death Mountain after activating his float. And find a hookshot.
Hookshot!
So getting
Are you
over
excited?
to Eastern Death Mountain is a lot easier now.
Taurus, are you excited?
For the hookshot? I'm always excited for the hookshot.
For left side swamp, man.
I'm never excited for Left Side Swamp.
It's happening!
Oh, that was a nice hint after just picking up the hookshot. It's a pity you can't get there.
Oh, what did it say?
There was a unique item inside Hookshot Cave.
Oh, nice. Oh, I thought Wolfie might go straight to Swamp Palace, but we're headed back up the mountain.
Like, why the swamp blade? It's not a pendant. There's nothing important in there.
Well, I feel like going to the swamp right now would have made a lot of sense for Wolfie because, like we were saying before, there's lots of things that could make this mountain trip better, but there's nothing to make the swamp trip better. And with it being a crystal dungeon, like it would be a pretty safe play to go to swamp at this point, but
So
not
you say-
necessarily the best play.
You say there would be nothing that makes swamp easier, but the hint that says left side swamp is useless. Would make it a lot easier.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, so the play is clearly to find the mitts, go to Ice Palace, and get your upside swamp hit. Ooh, or do Dark Aga for the hint. That's the best play. Because then you get a book too.
There's always money in the banana stand.
Oh, Wolfie! Okay, he's fine. Okay. He scared me for a second. I thought he was going to fall down the hole.
So I think I'm making good use of that mirror and getting the tempered sword off Lake Hylia Island.
Who checked Catfish? Or not Catfish, but who checked Zora? I forget now. It was one of
It
them.
was Technolink because Technolink ran out of money before he could go to Pod.
Okay. So Edium's heading over to Pyramid, and he's probably going up to Catfish? No, I have no idea what he's doing. I have no idea anymore. I'm very confused. We're just gonna orphan catfish today. That's the plan.
Yep, so Techno went to Kakariko Village and handed in a gold bee, or a good bee, or something to get a lot of money from the merchant that sells you the box. Combat Cold Cut says Technolink checked catfish and it was just a heart container.
And Wolfie getting his second item in Tower of Hera from Moldorm. No basement required. You said catfish was nothing?
Yeah, it was a heart container.
Well, that's good news for Edium then.
Yeah, it's one of those locations that's like you kind of risk it, but you kind of have to commit on it once you make that choice. Looks like there's nothing in the front of Thieves' Town.
Where could this lamp be? Oh, we found the cape though. In Spiral Cape, Wolfie will be able to check Spike Cave if he so chooses.
And when he chooses to go into the Dark World up at Skull Woods, he can also check Bumper Cave and actually obtain that item should he need to.
We looked at Bumper Cave, right? I'm pretty sure we saw that from after all. I don't know what it was. Oh, that was a good hint in Thieves Town, though. A glove is on a boss.
A boss? Oh no.
Alright, everybody go kill Aga 1. He's a boss. Pretty sure.
Go kill Argus.
Oh, Argus mitts. That would be really good. If Argus has the mitts, it makes me look like a genius, because I was saying go to Swamp.
So the lamp is in Paradox Cave.
Fun.
The game expects you to go to Pod, get the flute, go back to Kakariko, and then fly up to Death Mountain to get that lamp.
Alright, Wolfie, it is time for the big brain play. Aga 1, let's go. Get that book. Wolfie just told me to shut up, I'm pretty sure.
Mitts could be on Landmolus, which would make the book required. Oh no, that's a nice troll. That's a really good troll.
I would love that. It's probably just like on blind or something boring like that.
I think the worst thing for runners though is until we know for certain that there's nothing on the tablets, that book is always going to be there, sitting there going, "You might need me. You might need me."
Yeah, for those that even looked at it. I don't think everybody has that information.
Oh, ATM's making the play.
Let's go, Swamp Palace, let's go. Alright, I did some rough math here. Some quick maths. there is roughly 100,000% chance of progression being in Swamp Palace. Give or take 1,000. There's a pretty good hint, though, in Swamp Palace. It said, basically, hey, don't bother with Meyer.
So, someone asked if Pedestal is dead,
Never.
and just looking at it, it's like, I think Pedestal actually is dead. Unless the medallion for Meyer and Turtle Rock are different.
That checks out, yeah. Because we know the mitts are on a boss.
We know the mitts are on a boss.
Fire
and
Rod
because-
Cane are required by TR.
Yep. Turtle Rock's requirements are just so heavy. It's like, yep, that rules out most of the items.
Yeah, a pet seed where TR is one of your pendants is pretty rare.
The other problem a couple of our runners have is by isolating off King Helmasaur, if the Titan Smiths are on the King Helmasaur, that's going to be
Yeah,
quite a problem
right.
for them later on.
Wolfie does find the Cane of Samaria, though, in Graveyard Ledge. That is a really nice find for him, because Graveyard Ledge is not a place that anybody ever wants to go, ever.
Yeah, it can be
Technically.
really hard to like route it in.
So you remember that mushroom that I was saying Math Girl should have turned in right away? It was the Fire Rod! Feels bad,
So-
man.
Yeah, it definitely was worth it to actually go and hand that in. That would have made a lot of things easier.
Well, she'll pick up her flute here in Palace of Darkness, and it'll make turning that in a lot more convenient. It just feels bad because she's already been to Skullwoods. There's a required progression in Swamp Palace, the Ice Rod, so we can get the mitts off. No, wait, that doesn't work.
Unfortunately, no, we cannot get the mitts.
Okay, it's the Meyer Medallion on Trinix. Clearly.
Where's Techno going? He's just taking the long way through Lost Woods.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was after there.
In fact, did Techno actually check the Lost Woods at the start?
I would assume so, but I can't say for sure. Are you ready for the mitts? It's gonna happen.
If this is the mitts, I expect you to pop off.
To what?
To pop off. Just go nuts. You called it.
Okay. Alright, I'm ready. Here he goes. That hurts my feelings, Argus. I was all ready. Wow, Swamp kinda sucked. But what else is new?
Swamp always sucks.
Oh, we got more. Idiom's going back in.
Yes, he'll be going to check left side. Meanwhile, Wolfie has joined him inside Swamp Palace.
I know most people feel pretty allergic to left side swamp, but I like to do it first if I'm in swamp this early in a seed.
Yeah, I've got him. I prefer going to the back. I think recently I've been finding the big key in the back a lot, so it's like I'll just go to the back, get the big key, and then I have more of an incentive to go back through and get the left side.
Technolink finds a shovel in the back of Skull Woods. Maybe that's something good. Who knows? I certainly don't know. I have no idea. Do you know?
Not a clue.
All right, Technolink's a little kind of short on hearts here for this Mothula fight coming up. He's pretty safetied out though, you know, red mail, half magic, and all that. And our first chest in left side swamp is not good. All right, and before big key. Oh my god, it's the big key.
I think Mothula actually has to have the Titan's mitts.
Has to? Oh, we still have Helmasaur.
According to chat, someone had said that Helmasaur has the compass.
Oh.
And that means that Mothula is the only boss we haven't seen, and is the only boss available without the mitts. Because we need the mitts to get into Turtle Rock, which we need in order to get the pedestal.
There is our progression. All right, we got mitts on Mothula. That was confirmed. Thank you, Technolink. And Edium finds Ether Medallion in the big chest of swamp locked behind left side.
So yeah, the dream of you'd have to kill Aga to get the book to gain access to desert. That would give you access to land. Oh yeah, so Lanmo could actually have had the myth.
Oh right.
So there was a 50% chance that Mothula had the myth.
As it turns out, our book will not be required to get to Mothula, or not to Mothula, but Lamolus. Oh, Technolink, no! Technolink's not doing Graveyard Ledge. Uh-oh. This is pretty unfortunate if he doesn't go there very soon.
Well, Techno never went to pod, so he doesn't actually have the mirror.
Oh, you're right.
Get to the Graveyard Ledge.
Oh no. Oh, that's going to be really bad news for Technolink, because like he'll eventually go to pod and get the mirror, but then what do you do, right? You're not going to go straight to Graveyard Ledge.
Nope, because you'll pick up your flute, so your first instinct will be, let's go activate the flute.
This is all Zora's fault.
Zora never scammed them out of money.
Technolink unfortunately doing the mirrorless Smith sequence. Mirrorless and fluteless. But at least we get to turn the shovel in. For 5 rupees. Now you can go to pod.
He has enough money just now to go to pod. So ATM now, and Paradox Cave will be picking up their lamp shortly.
When does everybody else turn in that mushroom, though?
When does Wilfie remember to go get his mushroom?
Oh my gosh, you're right. He hasn't done Back of Escape. I'm trying to imagine like how this is gonna play out, but everyone's missing like an important piece of the puzzle, and it's always in like a really horrible place for them to go to. Like Technolink has these myths, which is fantastic, and he's the first of our runners to find them, but it's going to be a long time before he makes his way over to Graveyard Ledge, unless there happens to be like a really nice hint for it.
Well, he's just done King's Tomb, which has also helped orphan it away from him, and it looks to be heading towards Ice Palace.
Definitely not a bad play in his situation right now, but it's not the one he needs to make that we know about.
Some cash near the Haunted Grove. I assume that means Cave 45.
It does, yes. Technolinks needs like a really nice Graveyard Ledge hint to get out of this fiasco he's in right now.
Gets to the bottom of Ice Palace and it just says, go to Graveyard Ledge. You get the cold stare and it's like, nah, you haven't done Graveyard Ledge.
Down goes Moldorm for Edium, getting his third crystal. Tying him up with Woofy, who's working on his fourth. Or on his second, on his first pendant anyway.
Yep, as Etienne leaves, Terror of Hera, Mathko has just entered Terror of Hera. The problem with hints in this game is obviously we can't remember which runners have seen which information.
Oh yeah,
so
I have no idea.
Very few of them actually know if the boss actually has myths or not.
I think it was a Thieves Town hint. So I don't think Mathril has it. She left after the first 4, I believe. Same for Wolfie. Or not for Wolfie, but he's doing Thieves Town now, right? I mean, all in all, it's not going to be like the greatest hint in the world, though. Honestly, because like it's on a crystal boss instead of a pendant boss.
Yeah, you would inevitably have went there anyway, and
you're just gonna go kill Mothula eventually.
The sort of rule of thumb I have when it comes to doing Link to the Past is like, if you need to kill the boss anyway, you may as well just do it. You have all the aims to clear it, you may as well go do it.
So Edium picks up his Fire Rod. So Edium's path is pretty clear from here. Right, he's going to get his mitts on Mothula, and then he'll do Desert Palace and Ice Palace and Mire if he's able to. Or he'll find out if whether or not he has the right medallion to do Mire. But just like Technolink, he has not done Graveyard Ledge and does not have that Cane of Samaria. And once he finds these mitts, it's gonna make him not want to do Graveyard Ledge even more because it just opens up so much all at once. Oh, Math Girl poking Moldorm, putting him into the super fast phase. Good job not getting knocked off.
I love how the developers were like, you know what, this boss just isn't annoying enough. Let's make him go faster.
I wonder what they imagine players would do for the super fast phase. Alright, looks like Technolink has finally run out of nice places to go, and he's headed towards Pendant Pod. This is good for him. There is 2 progression items here, both of which he needs. Wolfie, no!
Where are you going?
Wolfie,
where
no!
Are you going?
No! Oh, that's not good.
He's going for the book.
This is very bad news for Wolfie. It's super surprising that he'd do this before, like, checking Back of Escape. But it's possible he just forgot about Back of Escape, too.
Yeah, Back of Escape was one place I always forget to check, and I'm like, oh, I should have went and did that.
Yeah, it can be really challenging to remember that, especially if you're really used to, like, playing standard seeds, where you never have to think about the escape at all. Alright, Edium has his mitts now. Go to Graveyard Ledge. Do it. Do it, Edium. I believe in you.
I also got a shovel.
He's not going to
the next
Graveyard
part.
Ledge. No, Edium! I mean, this makes sense for him, right? Given the information that he has, and not including the information that we have. Like, it doesn't make sense to go over to Graveyard Ledge. I just got the mitts. I can full clear all the world, do everything. Wow, was that Quake Medallion? Is that what I saw?
That was indeed Quake.
Oh my god.
The pedestal dream lives.
So does the book dream. Maybe this is the Galaxy Brain play for Wolfie to do this. Was that a Graveyard Ledge hit in Agatower?
Honestly, I did not see it.
Somebody in chat said so. If it is, that's really bad for everybody else. Wolfie's the only one who actually went to Graveyard Ledge already.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
All right, Eddie, I'm headed here into, or headed to the back of Desert Palace. He's currently 2 items from Grow Mode. He needs the cane and Graveyard Ledge, but he also needs that Quick Medallion, which we have no information on whatsoever.
Yep, so it makes sense. Go to the desert, get your crystal, head to Ice Palace and clear that out, and also get a crystal. That means you've only got that last crystal remaining.
Yeah, and after that, I would expect to see him go like back up the mountain and do Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, because if Iridium has the hook shot and he read that hint in Spectacle Rock, he'll know that, or he should remember, hopefully, that Hookshot Cave does have a unique item in it.
Yeah, at this point, which is very likely to be our Quick Medallion. Unfortunately, all these really awesome places that he has left to go do not include Graveyard Ledge or Agate Tower to find out that he needs to do Graveyard Ledge. Okay, so Wolfie takes down Aga 1. He's going to go get his book.
The good thing about where the book is actually located, you can just come straight out of the Lumberjack Cave and go straight to the pedestal. We will find out if the pedestal has something.
You think he'll do that?
Hopefully.
I don't. Like, given that he doesn't even have the fire rod yet, I don't think he's going to check ped. He'll probably just go straight to desert. He needs to do Back of Escape, honestly. The difference, though, between like Wolfie's position and say Edium and Technolink's position is that the bottleneck that Wolfie has is much earlier, like because it's locking the mitts. He has a lot fewer places he can go before he runs out of things to do and just gets the mushroom.
No, you're right. He's going straight to the desert. Well, I think Wolfie's already worked out as like there can be nothing on the pedestal that he needs because the items he needs locks off Turtle Rock. So therefore it cannot be on the pedestal.
Except for that mystery medallion. He still doesn't have that information on what medallions are required for Meyer.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of our runners do. I believe, was it Technolink who was up on Dark Death Mountain, but doesn't have the mirror at the time, so he couldn't check what. Well, I suppose he could have checked what the medallion was. Forget you don't need to be in the light world for that.
Was he in? Did he do Dark Death Mountain?
I'm sure I saw someone on Dark Death Mountain.
I don't think so. Technically, I don't think Technolink's been on the mountain because he doesn't have the lamp or the hookshot yet.
That's true.
And the only other runner with mitts is Edium, and he's just been doing Crystal Dungeons ever since I got him.
I could have been hallucinating. It could actually have been that. Been watching too many randomizers. They're all starting to blend into one.
Too many randos? I don't understand. Is there such a thing?
For me, yeah.
Oh, it looks like Edium accidentally overloaded the game there. The bomb didn't hit because the sword beams were busy hitting the Stalfos Knights.
Yep, those sword beams are so inconvenient.
Technically getting a very late Ice Rod Cave check.
And Wolfie unfortunately finding out that Landmollas only has 50 rupees.
I don't think I'd want to trade place with any of our runners right now. Everybody has some really awful place they need to go that they're just never going to go to.
This is where you start last location and everything. You're like, oh, could have did this so much faster.
And of course, the worst part of this is, like, even if they all went to their trolley locations right now, still nobody has the Quake Medallion. I really hope it's on Trinex.
We go up there, Turtle Rock is ether or something bizarre.
Oh, Woofy headed to back of escape. This is the play that he needed to make.
Unfortunately for him, is not the only play he needs to make. He now needs to get that fire rod and take it straight to Skullwoods.
I imagine if he's at the point where he's doing back of Skullwoods or back of escape, he's probably going to turn it in right away. Surely, Woofy.
Come on, Wolfie, we believe in you.
Gosh darn it, Woofy! Okay, we're gonna sequence break the bat first, and then we'll turn in the mushroom.
This is where Magic Bat has the Quake Medallion, and then we're like,
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
so where's Powder?
Pedestal, surely. Magic Bat spits out the fire shield. Okay, well, whatever. It's not what we wanted, Magic Bat.
I mean, it's helpful for blind, but Wolfie's already did blind.
All right, Math Girl picks up her meds. She needs to go east here and check Graveyard Ledge. She's not gonna, but she needs to. Oh, maybe she is. Are you making the big brain play, Math Girl? Are you the smartest of all the smarts?
I mean, it makes sense. You could mirror and check Bonk Rocks and then mirror and check King's Tomb while you're over there.
So I'm sure Wolfie's not too happy to learn that he last location the the fire rod like that. But in actuality, he's probably in the best position of all our runners right now.
That unfortunately puts him in the search for the Quick Medallion, which unfortunately Wolfie does not know yet until he gets those mitts from Mocula and floats to Meyer.
I'm betting on Hookshot Cave, honestly, for that quick medallion. Seems like a pretty safe bet. We know where there's a unique item there.
No unique item, so there's Powder, there's the Blue Cane, or there's Quake.
So it does look like Math Girl is a significant amount behind here, having only 3 crystals, where other runners have like 4 to 6. But she's actually doing pretty well. She has all of the trolley stuff taken care of. She has the fire rod and the cane. And assuming
she's
that
about to find out
Quake
Quake.
isn't just... Yeah, she needs Quake too. Assuming Quake isn't just somewhere completely horrible, she should be doing pretty good. For Edium and Technolink, I gotta think they're probably gonna last location Graveyard Ledge, unless Edium goes there right now. My god.
It looks like it. He's heading in that direction. Nope, changed up.
It's still a little surprising that he's doing this, though, instead of going to Dark Death Mountain.
He's got the mirror out. Yep, Edium is making the play. You know what the problem of picking up this red cane is, though? That means Turtle Rock is accessible. Assuming, of course, you have the right medallion for it.
Yeah, that might be a good thing, though. Because, I mean, Quake Medallion can just be in TR. Still, I'm really surprised that he's doing these checks. Because these checks are significantly worse than, like, going up to Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny.
Oh, Wolfie. Oh, Wolfie. Is he going to find
pet
out the big brain play? Nope, pocket change, move on.
Oh,
The pet is dead.
Rip Halbasaur King.
We need to get Miss Metroid in here to generate the seeds if we want a pet seed.
Definitely. So Edium continued that north route all the way to Catfish. That's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, nothing on Catfish, so we're gonna have to leave or go to Zora, one of the two.
It is a good way to check out as many items as you can.
And Technolink, an hour and 8 minutes into the seed, finally makes his way to Death Mountain. This is his first trip up here.
So the fact that Techno has the mitts coming up here means he can check Dark Death Mountain while he's here.
That he can. And I believe he does have the information that Quake is required.
Yep, and it allows them to check the Dark Death Mountain, the Turtle Rock entrance requirement.
Oh, Technolink. So Technolink finds the hook shot on Death Mountain. Oh wait, what is he doing? Oh, I'm not sure why he went to Link's house then. Maybe it's just a mistake. I thought he'd go like right into Swamp since he went to Link's house.
We have 3 of our runners on Death Mountain all of a sudden. And it's Ether to get in the Turtle Rock. That's gonna make Wolfie very unhappy. And this is going to properly troll Wolfie as well, because that Ether Medallion is in Swamp Palace.
I mean, it's a good chance we're just going to find Go Mode here in Hookshot Cave, and it won't matter. Eddie, I'm going to make us wait just a little bit longer. Go into Super Bunny first.
Well, Wolfie finding the powder inside Super Bunny.
Not the most useful item to find this late in the seat, but, you know, a welcome safety. All right, Wolfie wins. He's the first in Hookshot Cave. We got nothing, and nothing.
Oh, and there's Quake.
Go Mode!
So 1 hour, 11 minutes, we have entered Go Mode. Finding that last medallion.
I feel like this doesn't happen to us very often, where we get Go Mode and No Mode at the same time. Usually, like, half the runners find one thing and half find another thing.
Yeah, everyone has different pieces of the puzzle.
So just like that, Eddie actually takes the lead here. He has 1 crystal to do, but Wolfie has 2. But both of these runners are in 100% let's go kill Ganon mode.
Chat pointing out that the last check inside the Hookshot Cave was the Butter Sword. So we have found all 4 swords now.
Oh, that's cute. It's not really going to be like a difference maker or anything.
Wolfie is on Temper Sword. So I think now would be a good time to remind everyone to please follow these runners. And without them, there would be no restream for us to commentate on. And it can be quite difficult to come up here and have everyone judging you and watching you and poking holes and, oh, they could have did this, or they could have did that. So give these runners a follow.
Yeah, especially when you like class location your Go Mode and get 19th in like a 20-person race.
I have
not that I know anything about that at all.
I have definitely came in second last in a race before. Last location, a shroud. Oh yeah. And also shout out to our trackers, Otto and FaZe Alex, because they are doing a good job fighting with the tracker. For those who don't know, the trackers have a different webpage in which they are secretly running Link to the Past and can only mark items once they find it. That's not true. It's really not that hard, but sometimes it likes to eat your inputs, and sometimes it just decides, I'm going to lag today. And so it doesn't really appear on the restream. So give them a well-deserved round of applause for what they do. And of course, follow my co-commentator, Kai.
Hi.
Kai likes to stream. And Kai...
I do stream.
Kai is good company.
Sometimes.
We all like Kai here. That's why we let him commentate so much.
Every now and then I stream. Oh, Mathrill's sneaking up on us. She got Go Mode, I just noticed. She has a little bit more to do than Eddie and Wolfie, but like the 2 dungeons she hasn't done are Swamp and Ice, which are pretty quick to Go Mode. Unfortunately for Technolink, he is still Sans 1 Cane of Samaria. And it is in one of the worst possible places for him. Graveyard Ledge is such a trolly location. If you don't do it like your first time you have access to it, it's typically going to be one of the last things you end up doing. Oh, did you want me to tell people to follow you as well? I could do that.
I mean, the bot doesn't work, so the bot isn't showing.
All right, guys, click on Thoris's name in chat. Go to his channel. Click that follow button.
Twitch.tv/blank. There you go. The bot, some reason, not picking up my username. It's almost like Twitch doesn't like it when I stream.
It's just because you're from. It's one of those other countries. Iceland. Ireland. Scotland. I know.
There we
I know
go.
where it is. I figured it out.
I'd have figured the Scottish accent kind of makes it a bit obvious about where I'm
knew it
from.
was something land. Something land. My next guess was going to be Finland.
To be fair, I just kind of toned down how I talk from when I'm commentating.
Well, I mean, I'm
I
American though too, right? Like I have no ear for accents.
I'm just Scottish, so I just talk at 100 miles an hour and hope everyone keeps up. So I have to tone it down and be a little bit more calmer and be like, yep, okay, this is how we're talking now.
Oh, Idiom's about to open G. Oh my god, guys, I forgot. I'm sorry. Guess numbers in chat. Go. 1 to 22, big key. Now's the time. I forgot. We were distracted talking about Iceland.
Talking about accent. Yes, there's a possible one of 22 locations where this big key for Ganon's Tower can be. And if you select correctly, you get to win a prize. But what that prize is, you will never find out. Because P.S., we don't actually have a prize.
I'll hold on to your prize for you, whoever wins. I'll give it to you when you need it the most. Compass room not paying off today. Idiom's going to mirror after here. After he grabs this small key real quick. And continue full left.
And then this is where you find it on the torch and feel really bad about committing to the full right. Thankfully, not today.
Poor Technolink still looking for that Kana Samaria. He's gonna full clear this dungeon looking for it.
It makes sense. There's 6 items, I believe, inside Swamp Palace.
Yeah, like from his point of view, this is absolutely the right move.
It's like you're gonna have to clear it anyway because it's a crystal. Yep, get those 6 checks all wiped out the board. Well, Swamp is one of those weird dungeons where you don't actually have to open very many chests, if any, except from like the first one.
Wolfie picking up his 7th crystal. He's headed up to Ganon's Tower now. He's a fair bit behind Wolfie, or behind Edium. Like, he could cut some of that time down with a different big key routing, but it's not going to be enough to catch up unless Edium does something very unfortunate on like the Gain and Fight or Moldorm.
Yeah, a couple of falls to Moldarm could make up some time.
Yet another seed where full right would have been absolutely rewarding. I always go full right.
I've started to not go right at all. Check the 2 hope chests and then go left.
Yeah, we call that the hope route. That's the meta route. Although I see Pink Magicians so often now, I'm starting to think that maybe that's the new meta route. Which in turn makes like the hope route like really, or not the hope route, but the full right really powerful. Because the Pink Magician route leaves Ice Armos for last. That's its bane, you know, the big key behind Ice Armos. And full right gets to Ice Armos faster than every other route.
Unless, of course, it's in the tail room, in which case everyone gets screwed.
Except for Kern. Kern does this weird route sometimes where he checks tower room early, but it's not a tower room gamble.
It's in tail room.
It's tower room. I cannot believe it. Edium, how could you not big brain the tower room big key? I'm disappointed in you.
Is Wolfie big braiding? Oh my god, Wolfie's big braiding. He's the tail room.
Oh my goodness. Wolfie's gonna take the lead. Oh my. Wow. Remember earlier when I said Edium has like a really big lead and Wolfie doesn't really have a chance of catching up? I was wrong!
So Techno is actually going to the Graveyard Ledge now, so he will be finding their Red Cane, their Cane of Samaria, and they will be able to finish Misery Mire and get their final crystals. And Wolfie and Edium are going to be showing us the difference between the Temper Sword and the Butter Sword climbing up Ganon's tower.
You mean the lack of difference?
There's a bit of a difference. It's not huge, but it is there.
No, they both one-shot everything.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's only the Ganon fight then at Mars.
Yeah, you get a pretty, like getting the one cycle, the 1-in-1 on Ganon is pretty furry with the Butter Sword. But it's still possible with Tempered, it's just more like execution based.
Yeah, for Moldorm 2, you could just get away with 2 slashes on the gold sword, whereas the Tempered, you just hit him with a spin slash first, or second, and then a normal slash. You'll tend to find people hit it with a spin slash anyway, because you're trying not to get knocked off the edge. So I don't think it makes too much of a difference inside the Moldorm 2 fight.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, like the biggest factor on the lead change, the possibility of a lead change, is just going to be better RNG through the gauntlet. And I think Wolfie came out better between their 2 gauntlets. Oh, he misses
in the same room now.
Oh, he misses the 2 cycle too.
And
Edium takes the lead by like a hair. Oh my gosh.
This is going to be close. This is what we call a race.
All right, everybody getting through the wizard rooms pretty cleanly. Oh, Wolfie gonna do lamb strats. And he takes a fall. No! That is very unfortunate. He has to wait for this torch to go out because he doesn't have enough time to light all the other ones.
I mean, all it might take is a fall to Moldarm, and that might bring it back on point.
Edium takes the time to powder the anti-fairies. I don't know if you can afford that time, Edium.
But Eddie doesn't know that.
Wolfie's hot on your heels, man.
Yeah, there was no fault on Moldarm. You never know, this room can be a bit of a pain. Yeah, Eddie makes it through with no problems.
Wolfie opens the last chest in GT. Don't you know that you're behind? I guess he doesn't. Down goes Agatu, and we're off to see the pig. Wolfie having a little bit of a rougher time here with Agatu. There, nice sideways shot. Corner pocket. Him getting bodied by the fire bats a little bit, but not really a big deal. He's got plenty of hearts to work with.
Yep, as long as he doesn't take a fall, it should be his race to lose at this point.
Or if as long as he doesn't run out of arrows. That's a possibility too, right? You could miss 24 times.
I think that would be quite difficult to do.
Nice torch glitch there. Sets up an easy double. One more hit. Boom. Alright, he only missed once.
He still, of course, has the final boss to clear. The final, the most dangerous threat to all of Hyrule. And he gets it. Get your GGs in chat for it.
GG.
So ATM is finished with the 9th place with our official SRL time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 25 seconds. He is, of course, first on our restream. So while we're waiting for them to finish up, get your GGs in chat for Wolfie. Finishes the 10th official SRL time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 58 seconds.
Yes, many GGs.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
We are joined by Wolfie for another GG.
GG's.
You almost had it, man. You were so close to taking out Eddie-O.
Yeah, I did some really bad stuff. I mean, I did perfectly fine at the beginning, and then I did pretty stupidly agar.
So entering GT, Eddie was in GT like a whole 7 minutes before you, but he didn't gamble Tower Room. And you actually took the lead checking Tower Room as early as you did. And we welcome Eddie. We're just talking about you, Eddie.
Oh, cool.
I was saying you were in GT like well before Wolfie, but Wolfie gambled Tower Room. And that actually put him ahead by like another room or two before you. But then just some execution errors and some unlucky RNG, and you managed to pull out the win over him.
Yeah, the Lamola.
Yeah, Lamolus was a big chunk of that.
Yeah, that lag room. That's hard to do bad there.
I'm surprised I only got 9. Like, I thought I routed this pretty well. I guess I could have had the Titans Mets earlier if I turned in the Mushroom earlier to get that Fire Rod. So that might have helped. But I didn't think I'd be... I think the winning time was 1:16. I didn't think I'd be 13 minutes behind.
Yeah, the Seastown hint baited me really hard.
I never even touched these down.
It told us mids are on the boss.
Oh,
And I gambled for Lamolas and got the book. So I did agar.
oh yeah. I was almost gonna do that, but I found the Titans Mets, and that opened up a bunch of stuff, and I just never ended up doing it.
Yeah, I went to Bag of Escape really late and got that mushroom like an hour 10 in, I think.
I really wanted Quake to be in Turtle Rock, so I did left side swamp to get that ether. Looks like no one else did that.
Nope.
Yeah, I went up there, I opened up Turtle Rock, and I was just in stupid Hookshot Cave. I really wanted it to be in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that hookshot cave hint baited me, got me out of Ice Palace, so I got the Quake before I finished Ice Palace.
Wait, there was a hint for Quake?
Yes, it was at the hookshot in Spectacle Rock. Like,
I
you
must
know...
have skipped that. Oh
Yeah,
no,
like,
I skipped that hint. I got the hook shot there, and I was so
Yep.
excited, I skipped the hint.
It said
Like-
a unique item instead
Yeah.
of a quick
Yep.
value specifically. But like at that point in the game, you guys only had like 1 or 2 unique items left. that you
I
haven't seen.
was
Yeah.
on 4, I think. I got Burner, Ether, Quake, and Red Boomerang, I think. So I took the chance, and it paid off.
Yeah, left side swamp was unfortunate for you, Eddie, but like you did swamp relatively early compared to most other people, and like the earlier you go in swamp, the more likely you are to full clear it. So I think it still made sense for you to do that, even
Oh,
if it
yeah,
ended up
I mean,
being
I
a time
was-
loss.
I was probably going left side even if there was only one item. I think.
Oh, I was thinking about that really, really hard, and I didn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, I would have crushed this seed if it was in Turtle Rock. Oh well.
Yeah, same. If I got that mushroom and checked the mushroom, I would have done like an hour 10, I think, maybe. Or 15. I
Yeah,
think.
if I had turned in the mushroom before swamp, I might have skipped left side swamp just because those Titans Meds open up everything. I might have even ended up go moding swamp. Certainly go moding ice.
Yeah, that's actually exactly the situation that Math Girl did. She's going through GT right now. She got to go mode Ice, Swamp, and Mire.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think she hasn't had a. She was saying she's never had a sub 2, so this is looking pretty good.
Oh yeah, she'll get sub 2 for sure. This wasn't exactly like a jet seed or anything, but it was a pretty quick seed.
Yeah, it could have been really jet if you read it the right way, like some of the winners did.
Yeah, I think Cassidy took first place overall with like a 116 or something.
Yeah, Cassidy with a 116, which is really impressive.
Yeah, I know Cassidy likes to make gambles, and obviously they paid off this time.
The big question mark item for most people, though, was that Kane and Samaria and Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, that was kind of lucky because I decided to skip the whole. Basically, you know, there were more items obviously in Village of Outcasts, but I decided to do the north route instead, just because it's quicker and like I don't want to have to face that decision of like, do I go back of Thieves Town or not? I wanted to have like almost nothing left, so that it would be obvious that I should go to the back of Thieves Town. So I wanted to get a few of those overworld locations out of the way before.
Yep. Same.
You know, in a way, not getting that hint for Hookshot Cave actually helped you, because I feel like when you were in that situation where you were going to go north route or Village of Outcasts, you might have just gone up to Dark Death Mountain instead, knowing that there was a unique item there.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I would have got the Quake, but I wouldn't have had Samaria, so I couldn't have done Turtle Rock anyway. So probably I would have went and done Spike Cave, and then I'd be kind of in the same situation, except I'd also have the option of dipping into Mire.
That Kane of Samaria and Graveyard Ledge ended up being the bane of Technolink. He ended up last locationing it.
Oh, there was a hint for that as well.
For Graveyard Ledge.
I think.
It was
yeah,
an
that
Agate Tower.
Yeah, right.
A
right.
unique item above the foes.
How did I miss every single useful hint?
Well,
Well,
you didn't spend 5 minutes doing Agate Tower. So
Right.
I think that's a win.
Absolutely. Like hints in this siege were really useful this time. Left side Mire hints. Boots were pretty useless because, yeah, I mean, you will get that as you go on.
I've never heard anyone say boots were useless before.
Nah, I mean, you would have found the boots anyway because they were basically tier 1. So the boots hint basically was useless.
Oh, yeah.
You can see Wolfie has nearly 20 fewer collection than you, Edium. Pretty much all of GT.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the time loss from Argo. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna dip out. Thanks for commentating and tracking, guys, and GG Wolfie.
GG, team.
And thanks for racing ATM GG again.
That girl employing her I win button in the gauntlet. It's certainly not the fastest way to get through these rooms, but it is by far the easiest and the
It
safest.
definitely works, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's we have a race for third on the race stream as Mathgirl and Technolink are within a room of each other.
Technically with the advantage, but you know, anything can happen. Like missing silver arrow shots on Lando. Ah! After headed up to Wizards 1, just as Technolink enters the Torches room. It was an interesting strat there, the intentional fall. Don't forget to get your key. There you go.
I don't think there's a worse feeling than climbing GT and realizing I've not got a small key.
I went up the gauntlet without any keys on the restream this last week. I didn't realize it at the time. I was not paying attention at all and got totally bailed out by a key in a chest. Just a lesson to be learned for everybody, though. If you're lucky enough, you don't have to be good.
I thought the lesson would be always keep a spare key on you.
I mean,
That's a good lesson too.
I guess. Play nice, Moldor. People trying to get sub 2s over here. Nice easy triple there for Technolink. This is a much less easy triple. And instead gets one. Oh.
Mainly because one of them is a blue ball.
You're right.
You can't hit Aga with the blue ball.
That's like the worst feeling when you get like a really nice triple and then you get like this god pattern. It's like, oh, this is gonna be the easiest triple of my entire life, and Aga just blue balls you and knocks you out of the way and you get 0 hits.
Yeah, my triple game is pretty terrible, and I get to. It's like, here they are in a straight line. Okay, and I'll miss them.
It's definitely one of those fights where, like it's easy to learn, but like hard to master. You know. Like you put my 7-year-old nephew in this fight, he will eventually kill Aga too, but like the difference between being able to do it and being able to do it quickly is just so huge.
Yeah, all about those angles that Aga can give you. You need to make sure you set them up properly.
Technolink employing cape strats here on Ganon, making sure he's phased this time. Just missing that torch glitch.
Just barely missed that.
Nice silverless slash though.
Oh,
Oh, Technolink! No! That's not good.
That's an oath if you've ever seen one.
And just like that, Math Girl taking the lead for the race for third place on the restream. Down goes the big pig for Math Girl. GG.
Get your GGs in chat for Math Girl, finishing with an official SRL time of 1 hour 46 minutes and 26 seconds. And Math Girl will be very proud of that because that's her first sub to hours. And now there's 50 left to go along with it. According to SRL, that was a 32 minutes personal best improvement.
Nice.
So huge improvement.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh my
Gee.
goodness.
GG.
GG, Math Girl.
My first sub too. Oh my goodness. Alright, so that seed. Oh goodness.
It was a seed.
Tile room.
Right?
Tile room. Why? Why, game? Oh my goodness. So I'm assuming everybody else on Restream's done.
No. You actually finished third on the restream. Technolink was
Really?
ahead by just a little bit, but took a very unfortunate fall to Ganon.
Oh.
Which
Yeah, no,
gave you
I
the
just-
opportunity to pull ahead.
I just kept telling myself, you've got this, just don't fall, don't die, and you have the sub 2.
That's the way to do it. You actually had a lot of room for error there. You probably could have fell to Ganon like 3 or 4 times and still been okay.
Yeah, no, but it probably would have put me on tilt. Oh, GG to everybody else, though.
Technolink
I'll
does
leave it.
take down Ganon and finishes 20th overall with a time of 1:48 even.
Yep, and he's down in the thing. There you go. Hey, Techno. GG's.
GG Techno.
I guess I'm done.
Yeah, you definitely had the rockiest road through this seed among our restream runners.
Wait,
Well-
really? I didn't have the worst routing?
What can I say? After, I think I died so many times. I died too many times. That's certain. Took a fall at Ganon. Didn't go to the cave. Made so many bad checks. It's I don't know where to start. And I'm a bit on tilt now. You can see it in my gameplay again.
I mean, it was essentially just Graveyard Ledge. Like outside of Graveyard Ledge having progression, like everything else you did was like fine and made sense from your perspective.
Yeah, and also I didn't have the money to go into Vault immediately. If I did, I would have found Mirror and Fruits, and it would have completely changed. When I found those, it was like, really, Palace of Dark.
Yeah, it led to this weird situation where you had the Fire Rod before your opportunity to get the cane even. And then, you take your Fire Rod to Skullwoods because of course you do, right? And then, oh look, the Titans mitts. Why would you go to Graveyard Ledge now? Like the entire game just opened up.
Well, I couldn't even go to Graveyard Ledge because I didn't have the mirror.
Right.
Where was Mirror again?
Back of Palace of Darkness.
Oh, right. You know, the reason I went to Pod is I live by the rule of Pod is always Palace value. I don't care if it's pendant or crystal or what it is. It's always value.
I found Hammer in Waterfall and didn't want to reset after getting the
No, I'm with you, Techno. You were the only one of the Restream runners to do the Houlihan to get Zora as well, and it ended up burning you pretty hard because then you couldn't get into Pod.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes sometimes.
It's so frustrating. Ah. And then I saw someone finishing at 1 hour 15 minutes, and I was like, really?
You know, with that 115 or 116 or whatever it was, I thought for sure it'd be an early big QNGT, and then it ended up being Tile Room, of course.
I
It
assume
was
you did.
early for me.
Yeah, Wolfie made that gamble for Tile Room as well. I believe Cassidy's a runner who tends to make a lot of gambles, and is very likely to have paid off in this seed.
Cassidy's can hear us. I'd be very curious to know if you did a Tower Room gamble to get a 116.
Cassidy in here?
No, I seen him in chat a little bit ago.
Ah. Oh, man. I just gambled everything. It's just like, yeah. I didn't want to go to Ice or Swamp unless I had to, not in Go mode. And I saw the hint for a unique item was in Hookshot Cave, which was why I went up there. It's like, you know, I might as well chase that down first. And then it ended up being what I needed.
Yeah, definitely paid off. You were the only one of the runners to get to Go mode Swamp Palace.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
I felt
I'm more
really good about that.
I'm
Huh?
more or less go mode at Swamp Palace because we got the hint that West Side was empty, so you could theoretically go mode.
Well,
I did do some checks.
It was a Ether Medallion from the big key on left side.
Oh, that's where Ether was. Oh, boy.
I mean, you never had to go into TR, and there was nothing in TR, but it
Yeah,
could
no,
have
I
been
totally would have
Quake
been
in TR or
in
something.
there, though, if I'd caught that. Oh, my goodness.
Am I the only one who full cleared Thieves Town, or was there someone else?
I think no, Wolfie also full cleared Thieves Town.
It felt like the moment we got that hint of mids were on boss, when I got the 4th item in Thieves Town, I was like so sad.
It's a weird placement for that hint, though, right? Because like the only way you get that hint is if you're already committing to killing blind.
Yeah, and it baited me to Lemola. So I got the freaking book from Aga.
Oh,
Wait, you
was
did
there
Aga?
anything behind Aga?
It was the book.
Yeah, but, like, was there anything behind that?
I
What?
thought Lemolas had the mid, so I got the book. Because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten into that.
Oh,
Because I didn't have the fire rod early, so I didn't check Skywood.
Ah.
Well, whatever. Speaking of Fire Rod, this seed definitely didn't leave much room for error.
Yeah. Oh.
Basically, Earth, sorry.
And I found the room for error.
From my point of view, this was like a really nice seed. All you had to do was just go to the places with the progression. I don't know why you guys didn't just do that. Honestly.
That's
I mean,
like
I
every
basically
cinema.
did. I basically did. My execution is just in the toilet.
Well, I dropped from Ganon, so that was the difference.
Hey,
No,
you
no,
would
no.
have beat me if not for that.
I think we were equal at that point. If you had 146.26,
Yeah.
The full
Yeah, I
Ganon
think,
fight is about 3 minutes at most.
Her Ganon fight was like just starting when you fell.
Oh boy. What did you have? Tempered or butter?
Butter, but I made a fail.
Yeah, it wasn't really like a fall. It was more like a walk off the edge.
Well, that's pretty much how I felt during the seed, though.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Oh, that's so dark.
All right, guys. Well, I think we gotta start wrapping it up here. Final thoughts? Anybody?
Oh, I'm just happy.
Never skip pod.
GG's, everybody. And yeah,
And
never
most-
skip pod.
Yeah, more seats like that.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, for being on the restream. It is not the most comfortable thing for most people to put themselves out there like that. So we really appreciate you guys. And everyone in chat, make sure to give these runners a follow. Edium, Woofy, Math Girl, and Technolink.
Alright, everybody. I'll leave you guys to wrap things up on the restream.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right. You want to wrap it up for us, Thoris?
How do you wrap up a seed this good?
With a big pink bow.
And with that, we will see you hopefully at the next race, because there is a race at 9 PM tonight, and it is a key sanity and enemy randomizer. So that's going to be fun. So
Oh no.
check that out. It's gonna
I
be
will
fun
do
for
that.
us, not for the racers.
Oh no, I love that. I will do that.
I don't need SRL points anyway. They don't define me.
But points mean prizes.
Do they?
Always.